Mko talking stage na unataka kuplastariwa all over social media.
Imagine.
This person might start feeling pressure of, hey, kwani you want to ni kunifunga, unataka kunifunga, you know.
You remember that guy who was trending last year? Anaitwa Baltasar Egonga from Equatorial Guinea. You know, all the videos were leaked and they were shared on social media. That is the danger of social media.
Yes, it's a big danger.
And so even for some things, I don't know, even for those who are married, don't record these things and then atunaeka kwa
Why are you recording it?
Yes.
When you can repeat the movie tomorrow? I know there's a lot of pressure, but there's also a lot of good relationship advice on social media. There is a lot of free advice on social media. Please take advantage of that.
Pearl Radio, the home of fresh and classic hits.
It's time for us to dive into our conversation this evening. So last week we started this talk on social media. Maybe you can just mention a thing or two that we talked about before we dive tonight.
Yeah, we agreed that social media is not entirely bad. We agreed that there are pros and there are cons. And some of the pros were such as accountability. It may raise in some cases the levels of accountability. It also may give you information that you didn't know. We talked of times where people have exposed their people and things have come up. And then we talked of cons, for example, pressure. And by pressure, I mean either you are taking pressure from other couples on social media, or another disadvantage we talked about is some people now are being given pressure to be out there on social media, even when naturally they are not people that will be out there on social media. So now we're trying to change personalities.
Yes.
And also, what's the other pressure we talked about? We talked about the pressure to act a certain way because you're on social media, and so you remove the reality of the relationship from the relationship.
Awesome.
Yeah,
that is awesome. And so how do we dive in and how do we continue from that point tonight? Because one of the things actually caught my attention. I remember we talked about validation and validation and attention. This actually has been the thing. Unaangalia, and I've seen guys are usually addicted to likes.
Yeah.
Watu wangapi like hiyo post yangu?
Yes, exactly.
Watu wangapi comment?
Yeah. Na ina depend na ulikuwa una post why.
Yeah.
Okay, hapo nimeongea kama. Nilikuwa Bena. Ulikuwa una post why. Because you see, if your motivation is coming from people's likes,
yes,
utasuffer, because then for you it's not about your relationship, it's not about motivating others, it's not about just being out there and interacting. It's really deeper. It's about, do people like me? Did people even see that? It's sometimes about show off. I remember you talking, is it you that was giving the example of this person who, or somebody asked a question that their partner is always displaying a certain kind of life that he knows that's not the life she's living.
Yes.
You know, so for her, is social media really the place where she's interacting with people? Or is it the place where she is showing off? And is for her, does show off give her certain validation? Because then that's a type of person. It's not really social media. We said what social media does is really just facilitate in some bigger problems or bigger issues or bigger scenarios. I see social media as a public space. It's only that now we have the public space really too readily there.
Yeah.
You know, the way for you to meet strangers, you would have to go to some wedding or go to the market and get to meet people and say, hey, hi, yeah, and so on and so forth. How many people will tell you I like your dress when you walk into town?
Rarely.
Yeah, rarely. But you know you look good.
Yes.
And that's why you walk very confidently, because you know you look good. So does it matter? So if you were to behave the same way on social media and know, so this is my new town, new market, church where I don't know everybody I'm meeting, and they will see me. However many will see me, and I'm confident because I know when they see me, they saw good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. But then now, if you have issue with whether people are saying they like it or not, then that's an inner problem of validation. You are not confident enough on your own, and that's why now you are leaning towards now confidence in what other people say about how you look or what you've said. And that's a big issue. Yeah.
Wow, that is a very big issue. What do you have in store for us, even as we dive into, because there are many things I want us to touch on.
So last time we were not able to go deeply into the issue of reality versus the facade. Yeah, like, is what we are seeing the real thing, and how do we treat what we are seeing, and how do we go out there while shielding our relationship? So there's validation, there is how do we shield our relationships. Do we need to block some people? I don't know, because I'm not sure if there's a certain way you can't dress when you're going home. Are you going to block your family from your status if that's how you dress? There's all those dilemmas, like really recognizing social media for what it is and seeing your relationship for what it is, and hence knowing how to balance the two. Yeah.
You know, it's very important that you mention that. And even as we talk about private and public as well, there's something that has been trending this week. There is this power couple who they've been gifting each other. I know you saw this.
That was to form my caption for today's poster. Nikaona niachane na watu wa wenyewe. Nilikuwa niulize umefikishwa gift namba ngapi wewe?
Wengine labda hata hujafikishwa namba, bado uko pale tu pa, you know.
Sasa kuhesabu.
Yeah.
Ouch.
But so and most men actually, they usually say that they're receiving a lot of pressure from their wives and from their girlfriends because of what these guys post online, that have been given a gift. It's a G-Wagon. Alafu baby wewe hakuna gift unanipatia.
Yeah. I think there is also a need to, so when I say reality versus the facade, first of all, there is a lot of fake on social media. And now this one, I'm not alluding to that particular couple. I mean, hapo ndio unaitikia washa everybody to do their thing, because saa zingine we might critic because we cannot afford.
Yeah. Wanasema ni kama tiaro chafu hapa.
Hapana, wengine tuna complain because we cannot afford. Let us be real. But then that's something else we need to do on social media. Let's
be real.
Be real, you know. Be real, and also don't just go complaining without putting into account, like, who told you it's expensive to them. Labda wewe ukihug mtu wako karibu na maua, kuna mtu anaona ni show off.
Yes.
You know, like where you hugging people in front of flowers, when you want us who don't have flowers near our homes to do what? You know. You, when you eat with your person something at some nice restaurant, well, just nice looking restaurant, someone else thinks you're showing off. If you take tea at Java, someone thinks you're showing off. So, I mean, some of these things we have to accept its levels. It's, usimix nini umaskini na disapproval ya matters relationships. So it's a mixed relationship advice na umaskini yako.
It's so funny. It's so funny how you know, somebody out there, she's being bought a car. It's a car.
Yeah.
I love the guy too. Wewe mtu wako na kudrive too crazy.
Yeah, and you see when you're being driven crazy, someone else is not being driven crazy, and they're wondering why you are showing off with the being driven crazy.
Yeah.
So just let everyone show off at their level, eh?
Yes.
But yes, there is that, not to disregard the fact that there's a lot of fake going on. We have seen people do things, and then there are things for, it was an advert.
Yes.
Mwanzo unajoka kwanza ushapewa do, haijalishi kama mmekozana, you have to deliver. So lazima muunde hiyo content
regardless.
So there's a lot of marketing, there's a lot of fake, because people get addicted to creating content, and they get addicted to validation.
Yes.
So they get attached to being told you're the power couple. And I know if there is one thing we shield ourselves from, it is that.
Yes.
We personally, me and my husband, we don't want to get to that place where you are attached, addicted to being called the power couple. And so you feel like you have to keep unleashing content to prove your power coupleism. If the power couple is not coming from inside out, it's a facade, it's fake. It's not happening. It's not the real thing.
Yes. We
appreciate that you're able to work together to form a commercial. That is also a plus, because there are people who cannot work together, who if their income depended on them working in the same company, they wouldn't. So it's a plus that, I mean, people can work together to form commercials and so on. But we need the wisdom of God to tell what is real and what is fake, right?
Yes.
And the wisdom of God to really take what is admirable positively without just being jealous all over social media, right?
Yes.
And then also a very important point is the people that you are envying on social media.
Yes.
What values do they stand for? Apart from what now you want from them with regards to what they are doing in their relationship, if you investigate the way they live their lives, is that the life you want to live? Is like, do you feel like they have values that are admirable?
Yes.
Because some of these people, if you investigate, if you really look wholesomely at their lives and try to see what do these people really believe in, you will realize you don't even have similar values. And that will help you drop this admiration for the big things that they are doing, whether they are real or fake. So it's very important to not just admire power couple gifting each other this, taking each other where, landing each other in helicopters sijui where, and you, the only thing that happens in the air is you get blown away.
Oh my goodness.
Unani blow away na
Leo nawapatia tu
handsomeness yako.
And you know, one thing I've noticed is that and then there is something, you know, somebody might look at Anne Mutiruri and Fred and say, you know, me, I want to be like these guys, or babe, nataka nifanyie kama venye Fred anafanyia Anne. But they don't realize, for them, maybe they're in their talking stage, or maybe they are baby step, you know.
Exactly.
So nyinyi kwanza munaanza, and then you're comparing yourself with someone
people who are wameshaenda, walishafika. Because let me tell you, even that being able to work together, being able to just do content very easily together, it's a milestone in a relationship for some of us. That being able to work together, it's a big milestone. So why are you trying to walk before you crawl? Imagine you can work on your relationship where it is until you get to the point where you're that confident. Mko talking stage na unataka kuplastariwa all over social media.
Imagine
this person might start feeling pressure of, hey, kwani you want to ni kunifunga, unataka kunifunga, you know, by taking it out there that we are, because nobody wants a scandal, right? And then you and your 100 followers, maybe your person considers it a scandal if one day you are on social media together and the next day you're not. So maybe they don't want scandals, and you're on date 2, you're on your second coffee date. You want to start being plastered all over social media. Relax. If this person isn't comfortable, at least as yet, give it time. Please focus on your relationship more than you focus on social media. That's the point. Then you will allow your relationship to grow naturally. And now things such as social media and other external pressures will now fall in place with where you are at in your relationship.
And even for the men, they usually feel like they have to up their standard to fit in. And so you see, some of them, even I've realized and I've worked with some of the single guys, and some of them are even afraid of getting into a relationship because of how the expectations as well. And so we'll find some of them, yes, it is your time, but sasa, because of the way, you know, we're living in an era where the social media is setting the standards for relationship. And so I feel like it is your season to get married, it is your season to get into a relationship, but now because of the standards that have been set, then you're like, no, wacha kwanza nitafute. Unatafuta mpaka unafika 40, unasema now life starts at 40.
Then you try to start life, you find the same people.
Yeah.
Or you find that got a little frustrated. They are now sorting baby daddy problems, and now you are, anyway, yeah, that's a whole other story about when to get married and so on. But yeah, I get you. The pressure is real on the men, but I would say the Lord always has a remnant. Go out with these ladies. Also believe in yourself enough to believe that you can change someone's mind.
Yes. Yeah.
It is very possible to meet someone and cause them to see things differently. And there's a confidence with which you carry yourself that makes the other person realize they're the ones that are blessed to have you.
Yes.
Men need to stop walking around feeling like
Woye.
msichana mgani atanihurumia ni like.
Yeah. But let me tell Jasmine the truth. Ladies don't like that.
They don't.
Yeah, they want
I
you to
know
be
we
bold.
sound like we own the world and we run it, and we don't. We still want to see a man that is the one who runs the show.
Yes.
We still want to see that. And we want to see someone who comes confidently. And remember, we've talked here numerously about a man knowing what they want. I mean, we both really need to know what we want.
True.
But you are the future leader of our future family if it's going to be there. So there is no way you're coming in without knowing what you want. There's no way you're coming in just to find out what I want. If you like me, come over and let's get done with the liking and then go to, this is what I'm looking for. Do you have that?
Yes.
Yeah. Let it not be just the girls who seem like they're interviewing jamas to see whether they fit the profile. Hata wewe fanya hiyo interview. Okay, yeah. I'm not talking about interview, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, yeah, hata wewe vet. Yeah? And if you really like this person, and especially when you're led of the Lord, when someone is, you can even tell some ignorance. Because some people honestly have just been, they're just downright ignorant on these streets.
Yes.
They're not collecting the right information. So deep within, they have very good values. But these values have started to be eroded by what they're seeing with people. So there are people who just need a wake-up call. They just need you to stand up to them and tell them, hey, do you really think that everyone is giving what they're displaying on social media?
Yeah.
Do you really think we will be able to keep up with that? Or do you think, could you give reality a chance? Like we just come together and really come and really go for what we want.
Yes.
With our lives. How do you want to be loved? Wachana na what people are being gifted. How do you want? When do you most feel loved? Could we consider doing a personality test?
Yes.
To find out, there's those personality tests that lead to, then they lead to the love language. Okay, you can do both separately, yes. But there's a personality test of, can we find out, by the way, the types of people that we are, just so that we, tusikue labda tunajipea pressure, and maybe we might actually form a very good couple. Give people real talk. That girl might walk away, but yeah, hata kama hautampata utakuwa umemsaidia maishani na utabarikiwa na Mungu. You will be blessed of the Lord. You never know. You're the destiny helper. Yeah, maybe that word might go with her, and I mean, in future she will get into a relationship correctly because of that. But you will have shot your shot, and you will also carry yourself with some confidence. Give yourself some, marks when you speak like somebody who knows what they want and they know what is right.
Yes.
Don't just shy off from girls just because kwanza ukiangalia hivi msichana akiscroll simu yake uone amepose kwa hiyo video ya gift number 7. Unajua ni hivyo, huyu sitaweza. Kama hizo ndio anafuataga social media, huyu sitawezana na yeye. Imagine, pause, relax. Yeah, just beat some sense into her. Okay, not beat some sense into her, but yeah, find a way of just also speaking some sense into her. You will be surprised.
Yeah.
You will be surprised.
Yes, you will be surprised. You might be like John the Baptist, preparing the way.
Okay,
for somebody who is greater.
Yes, but we pray that you won't keep preparing the way from other people. We pray that we are preparing the way now for you somewhere. Yes.
So there was a lady who we had a conversation this week actually, and she was sharing with me how this dude akiwa kwa text, akikuchat kwa WhatsApp. Hey.
It's an angel.
Is an angel. Actually is very active and is very commanding kwa text. But wacha wakutane kwa date. Jamaa tu wako so social media inampatia ile oomph na courage. Lakini akikuja kwa in real life kwa ground vitu ni different.
Okay.
This guy is very shy. First of all he's very shy, and then is very short of words.
Oh, yeah.
Of course he's very tall, but he's short of words.
Hey, uko na zaovyo bro. Where?
Yes.
Okay.
So how can we help these kind of people? Yes, and I know it even cuts across. There are those ladies who are very good in chatting, but ikifika time ya kukutana one-on-one, poor.
Yeah. Some, even when they chat you, maybe if you are a person who's careful with language and pronunciation and so on, when they chat on Facebook, on TikTok, maybe DM, wherever, pale IG, yeah, you imagine how they talk, and then mkikutana ndio unanjua haikuangi hivyo. Spelling iko correct, lakini pronunciation iko wrong. But I understand, and thank God you mentioned that, because I was going to mention about social media relationships.
Yes.
There are relationships that have begun on social media.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Like we said, social media is the new strange market you walk into, and someone tells you, hey, I like your shirt. And you're like, oh, this one, I imported it.
Yeah.
Like some people we know.
Suseme tu jina.
Sitashinda nikisema jua najijua na nanisikia. But yeah, I mean, it's the new strange place, so it's okay.
Yes.
It's okay to start off there, and then, but then even in that strange market, I like your shirt, thank you. I like your skirt, thank you. And then what? The conversation has to continue, sindio?
Yes.
Na conversation haitaendelea sijui, like it's not a once in a year conversation. You'll have to meet and talk and so on. So it's your character that I need, not the words you write on pen and paper, because that doesn't tell me a lot about you. It's the way you act when I say something. It's the way you react. I mean, by the time we are in a relationship, I'll need to see, ukikasirika, uko aje, unasema nini, and all that will not come from chatting. We will not conduct our marriage on DM.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I can't help you by telling you that it's okay to chat, and then avoid the one-to-one. It's not right, because unfortunately a marriage is a one-to-one meeting. Akuna virtual.
Yes.
Akuna hiyo option ya virtual ama chatting. There isn't that option, because I mean, we know very many things happen in marriage.
Yeah.
So if you are the person who chats a lot and is unable to talk to people, you need to, and by the way, see a therapist if you must.
True.
If it's a confidence issue, go to therapy if you must.
And attend.
Not really if you must. Actually, I encourage you to go to therapy. Go to places where you're being intentional about being helped to speak out your thoughts.
Yes.
Because I'm sure it's not just your relationships it is impeding. And if it's just your relationships, maybe it's a trauma thing with girls. We've seen men who, if they walk into a room that's full of women, they are what, bamboozled or something. Like, that guy can't move, can't talk, can't. That's a psychological issue.
Yeah.
And it needs to be sorted professionally. So take your time to just think about what your problem is and see about sorting it out, because there's no way you're going to conduct your marriage on chats.
Yes.
There's no way you're going to conduct a whole relationship on chats. So dear girl or dear boy, if you have someone who chats you up, but when you meet, akuna kitu, nothing on the ground, cannot express themselves, you can't take a walk and just talk about everything and nothing.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't encourage you to continue holding on there. Please let them know that you will desire to experience them.
Yes.
Live, in person, the way that you experience them on chat. Yeah, otherwise I can't promise you that that's going to go anywhere, because hata wewe utachukua chat hadi lini? You will walk into a marriage with chat, alafu vows atakuandikia, alafu uzisome wewe mwenyewe. Wewe ndio unajivauia.
ati babe nimekutumia kitu hapo check.
Nimekutumia kitu hapo check alafu sasa unasoma. Sita inafaa ukisoma kitu the way to connect with it is to hear that someone's voice in those words.
Yeah.
Sasa wewe hakuna voice unasikia jumse atakuongeleshaki. Feel, you know. So hata ukizisoma una force issues juu una force usikie ni kama ni mtu anakwa. Yeah, so it's okay for relationships to start on social media, but they cannot be conducted on social media all through.
Yeah. And even as we talk about that, there's this side of it on social media, something that is called sexting.
Yeah.
Sasa, and I've seen this trend, especially those people who use WhatsApp. Wanatumia hizi emojis. And then even some of them, they take a picture of their, when they're naked,
everything,
they're everything from hadi kwa mulima, and then now they post.
na huko chini kushuka.
They post anakutumia and then you do the same. Is that
even okay? Sherati. Anasta kudanganya. Kama Biblia inasema hata ukiangalia mwanamke wa wenyewe na macho lustful umesha seen.
Yes.
You're already adultering. You know?
Yes.
Then what is that you're doing, honestly? Why are you... What for? What are you telling? Don't we didn't have it. We were just... Really? Unatubeba aje? Unatuona aje? We know what you're trying to do with those pictures. We know what how you're trying to make yourself feel with those pictures. It's just evil. It's just evil. Honestly. Niseme?
Yes, sema tu yote. Ongea kutoka.
Hiyo itakuwa misleading. Jadi siseme hivyo, but hakuna difference yako by the way na mtu mwenye anafornicate. Like, you know. Yeah, so I mean, don't be warm. Be either hot or cold. So if you are cold, go in and enjoy the cold water. Usikae hapa you know, and if you're hot, come onto the hot side and don't even do those things of sex texting.
Yes.
Those things.
Yeah,
don't even do those.
Those are flattering also as well. Wanatumiana, you know, and I've realized this thing happens with those people who also are in long distance relationship. Maybe, you know, because it's something that we're doing in this digital world. And I see maybe some of them is a way of expressing sijui what.
Yeah.
Sijui ni love, ama ni nini.
That's wewe na ule kasichana kaushago kenye kameambiwa kapeane ama we won't know that she really loves. It's the same thing.
And that's why actually we have been seeing even some of the leaked photos.
Exactly.
And even videos on social media, and then unaanza kulia hapa ati wamekupost. Ni wando lituma.
And that's another risk of social media, by the way.
Yes.
Both in private, kwa hizo DMs. What you're doing there on DM.
Yeah.
And what you're posting for us on your timeline. Please know that it can be used against you in a court of law. And the court of law nowadays is public opinion.
True.
So you had better do this with a lot of confidence, knowing, because there is a lot of dilemma on, now when we break up with this person, do I delete all these photos? What have you been saying? You know, have you been dissing people because you are in love? You know, have you been... So you have to do it with the confidence, knowing that tukikosana, I'll just delete. And I don't care if you guys have old photos. I'll tell you, those are old photos. I was in love. And yeah, that was just me interacting. That was just me walking into a strange market with my partner then, right? Otherwise, if you are not comfortable with people taking screenshots and reminding you later, wachana hiyo kitu. Same in the DM. If you wouldn't like those screenshots to be shown somewhere later, or if you don't trust that will not happen, wachana hiyo kitu. Wachana nayo kabisa.
Yeah.
Because it is evil and it can be used evilly against you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and even for those, because you remember that guy who was trending last year, anaitwa Baltasar Engonga from Equatorial Guinea. You know, all the videos were leaked and were shared on social media. That is the danger of social media.
Yes, it's a big danger.
And so even for some things, I know even for those who are married, don't record these things and then atuneka kwa
Why are you recording it?
Yes.
When you can repeat the movie tomorrow? Like, I don't understand this married folk who are recording these things.
Yeah.
And then you risk mtu yashike simu tumekuwa WhatsApp group ya Women's Fellowship.
Ama tumekuwa WhatsApp group ya church. Na pasi yako hapa.
Why? You know, it's risky.
Yeah.
We have to acknowledge, in the same way all other sectors are acknowledging.
Yeah.
Social media, this is the good thing about it. This is the risk. There are risks for relationships and social media.
Yeah.
Yes, and those are some of them.
Wow.
Yeah.
And even as we look for to bring this to a conclusion, what's the healthy use of social media in relationship? What are some of those maybe strategies to maintain a strong bond as well, at the same time use social media wisely in relationship?
Exactly. One of the nice things that social media has brought to relationships is free advice. Yes. I know there's a lot of pressure, but there's also a lot of good relationship advice on social media. First of all, there is the kukutoa tu ushamba, to just see love in different perspectives.
Yes.
See, yes, people's experiences, what they have gone through, but so these two aspects that are very good about social media then require for you to make the decision of who do I follow and how much do I follow this, so that you are balancing, first of all, between the good and the bad, and between external pressure and what you believe, so that you don't now fill up your mind with what is on social media, and you don't have time to meditate upon and even to judge on all this content.
Yeah.
Because if you're not giving yourself that mind space to think about, is this right, and as a Christian to go back to the Bible and see what these people are teaching on social media, is it correct? Is it, be the Berean who goes back to check, is it in line with the word of God, right? If you're not giving yourself that headspace, then this will not help you. The fact that people are out there sharing all these perspectives, and you're getting nice perspectives and interesting, and you're getting to see many interesting things about, it will not help you if you are not giving yourself space to think about it, to still go back to your own values, to go back to God. And if you're not also trying to balance, what am I listening to? What am I reading? What am I watching? So that you don't fill up yourself with too much negativity. The same goes for advice.
Yeah.
There is a lot of free advice on social media. Please take advantage of that. But that also takes you deciding that so and so, I think their values are good.
Yeah.
I think what they're teaching is good.
True.
I can follow those and I will listen to them. There are people that I read from, I watch their videos, specifically because I know they always have important and good insights about marriage. And this is not just Kenyan, even people who are majuu nini. But please, dear Christian friend, be a Berean. Even a pastor can mislead you.
Very true.
The Bereans were being Bereans to who? Paul,
Yes.
the apostle. Hao watu wakina Paul wanahubiri, lakini hawase wanarudi jioni wanaangalia Biblia, umse alise. Tunajua yeye ni Paul, tunajua yeye ametumwa na God. But juu tuko na access na huyo God,
Yeah.
tunaweza confirm your message. So yes, do not believe people to the extent where all you get is what they tell you on social media. It is good that they're giving you that sound advice, but please always check it up against your values and against the word of God.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that, even as you mentioned that, there's this issue of balancing online and offline. And so, first of all, it's not, we are coming to a conclusion that it is not necessarily you have to post a relationship
I know.
on social media.
Nah, it's not a necessity.
Yeah. So how do we prioritize the real life connection and also the digital validation? How do we balance the offline and online?
Just be an adult. Yeah, I mean, it's an issue of, do you believe in yourself? Do you and like, do you respect yourself? Do you have personal boundaries before you walk into that place?
Yeah.
Place, yeah. So have already yourself put together. Don't go putting yourself together on social media. And that's why we are seeing a lot of drama, even watu wakikosana. Because you don't already have a set out way of sorting your conflicts. And so when these conflicts come, mnaenda kuzisort social media, and clearly we can see hamuna form, si ndo tunawapea form.
Yeah.
na tuko hapo, tutawapatia form my guy. We will tell you, tafuta wazee, hapana wewe hata nyamaza, jifiche social media miezi 3.
Yeah.
Mwingine atakwambia hapana, take this girl out for a date and she will hear you. You know, I'm using a recent example. I saw all those advices.
Yeah.
Why don't you have already a set out way of sorting issues in your family? That's how you're going to balance it out. First of all, know what you want, know what you stand for. As a couple, know how you do things, so that by the time you're going to social media is not taking control and starting to decide how you do your stuff.
Yes.
And that brings me to a point I shouldn't forget I had it here. Balancing that openness with not just your personal boundaries, but the respect that you have for your partner.
Wow.
There are things to date, and I'm married 10 years. There is something I will type, and then before I send, I will send it to my husband. Are you comfortable with this? True. Na kuna hata mmoja tu juzi ameniambia hapana hiyo kitu hapana.
Yeah.
Usiweke hivyo, mimi naona inakaa hivi si feel comfortable you know.
Yeah.
Because I mean, I do not consider validation from social media or even the message that I want to pass more important than my husband.
True.
If he's not comfortable with me posting that, imagine I won't post it. It was not a matter of life and death.
Yes.
It's not the bread we were going to eat tomorrow morning. Or even if it was tukisipokula kesho asubuhi alafu si tuko na lunch, you know. I'm just saying, it's not, is it that important? Please respect your person enough to ask. It's not weakness, it's just respect.
Wow.
Yes.
It's not weakness, it's respect. Wow.
Yeah.
That is so amazing. Thank you so much, Anne. And that is very important. And thank you so much for sharing that. We've been talking about relationship and social media this evening, and we are putting a pause on that point. But Anne, even as we conclude, how can guys get in touch with you, and also what will be your final thoughts?
My final thoughts on this social media, it's not really final thoughts, but just to wrap it up, I would like people to just treat social media as a strange market.
Yes.
The market you walk into. So whether you're walking in alone and hoping to find someone, or whether you're walking in with your partner, your lover, your husband, just walk into the social media space the way you would walk into a strange market.
Yes.
Watch a stress. Usikue na pressure. If someone likes you, they might like you and they'll never tell you. People will have their opinions about you. Do you care? So yeah, just compare it to the strange market that you walk into.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Compare it. But it's also very, very important as well. Be very careful as well with what we post.
Yes.
Right?
Exactly.
Because some of us were single because vitu una posting two memes every time. So this man is looking at you anaona uni joker. Anyways, no offense.
No, it's the truth.
Yeah.
Because that strange market, if you're always walking in ukika like you're the madman of the market,
Yeah.
people will never know that you're actually a good person.
Yes.
Exactly.
In as much there is that authentic and being yourself, kuna vitu zingine don't overdo, you know.
Okay. Saa zingine hata tuna hide our authenticity under that and then labeling that our authenticity. Anyhow, you can get in touch with me on social media. I am Anne Mutireri.
Yes.
Because some people have started looking for my personal number. Please, 0791. Look for me on that one. 0791 895568. You can text, you can WhatsApp. WhatsApp is the easiest. That's it's easiest to chat there. Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Karibu.
We do this again next week on
Kabisa.
Wednesday.
96.9 FM, Pearl Radio.